Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Channel 28 broadcast of Shrewsbury High School Athletics. I'm Andrew Engel, and it is Saturday, January 20th. I'm here at North Star Ice Sports in Westboro, where the boys ice hockey team will take on the Algonquin Tomahawks. The Colonials are coming off a big win last Monday against conference rival Wachusett, a 4-2 victory in which Liam Quinlivan had his third straight multi-goal game. Algonquin is another conference rival of the Colonials and come into action tonight in second place in the Roy Conference. They've made the playoffs every year since 2012, including a state finals appearance in 2016. Tommy Engel leads the way with 19 points in 10 games, and sophomore goalie Matt Bogdansky has been stellar in his first season as a starter with a 1.44 goals against average. The upset-minded Tomahawks look to hand the Colonials their first conference loss of the season as these top two teams in Central Mass battle for the number one seed. Shrewsbury's all-time record against Algonquin is 52-20-7, and the Colonials will look to improve on that here this evening. Shrewsbury High School boys ice hockey is coming up next. We are about ready to get underway here in Westboro. The visiting Tomahawks are wearing their road maroon and gold jerseys, while Shrewsbury has their home whites. Anthony wants to face off to Liam, who dumps it in. We're underway. Algonquin picks it up. They go deep behind the net, and now they're breaking out of the zone. Anthony's on that. He's up to check a pair to the boards, keep the puck in. Tyler Boris gets a stick on it, but Algonquin gets it out of the zone. They get it by Quinlivan and dump it in. Persicino steps up there. Now Cam Mullins chasing it behind the net. Cam Mullins sends it all the way around, but Algonquin picks it up. Good hit there by Tyler Boris. Quinlivan stumbles, and Algonquin's able to throw it back in. Tyler Boris gets in the way of it, though. He's able to chip the puck out of the zone, collects it now. Tyler Boris taken down. Cam Mullins pushes it too far ahead, but Algonquin puts it back in. It's going to be picked up inside the defensive zone by Anthony Quinlivan. Quinlivan gets the backhand of Persicino. He goes far for Tyler Boris. Now Tyler Boris is breaking up ice. He's got no one with him. He'll take a shot on that. Save there. Algonquin picks up the rebound in front of the net, but Tyler Boris races to it. Takes the puck out of the zone. On the right side of the red line, he dumps it and changes. Tepper on the ice now. Cole Russo coming on. That one gets just by Tom Belbin. Pops over his stick. Cole Russo's going to chase it down. It's no ice. Russo picks it up just in front of his own goal line. Takes it behind the net. Russo goes back to Fleonis. Fleonis gets out to James Tepper. Now James Tepper has it. He gives it to Jack. Jack tries to split the defense, but loses the puck. Algonquin now has it coming up ice. Good step up there by Fleonis. Algonquin loses the puck. Goes to James Tepper, who goes D. Now Tepper has it coming up ice. Jack Tepper gets it in the zone. Goes after it and carries it farther. Gets taken down and pushes the puck behind the net, and James Tepper's on that player. Gets sent around. Fleonis steps up. Fleonis is able to kick the puck in, then Cole Russo dumps it in further. James Tepper has it now behind the net. Tepper fighting for the puck. Wins the battle, tries to put it in front, but loses it. Now Algonquin has it. Algonquin circles back. Throws it back behind the net. Now Jack Tepper's the forechecker chasing after it in the corner. Jack Tepper wins the race to the puck, pushes it ahead, but Algonquin's going to pick it up behind the net. They try to go D to D, but it takes a weird bounce off the boards. They'll pick it up behind the net with time, though. That puck gets out. It's Boris Quinlivan and Quinlivan back on the ice for the Colonials after starting the game. Cam Mullin and Connell Persicino were the defenseman starters for Shrewsbury. That's Pat Shaughnessy in net. Fleonis wins the race there. He goes D to D, but it banks right to Algonquin Tomahawk and picks it up, throws it in front of the net. The backhand is soft. Shaughnessy is able to play it. Puck can't get out of the zone there. Algonquin gets the keep and throws it towards the net. Batted down by Quinlivan, who picks it back up. This is Anthony coming up the ice for the now. Anthony enters his zone. Moves around one player. He shoots right into the pads of Bogdansky. Great move there for Anthony to get around the defenseman, but he shot it right into the pads of the goalie. Anthony picks it up now and sends it back for Boris. Boris goes out looking for Liam, and then Mullin can't quite keep it in. Passes just a little too hard. Now Persicino's going to have to chase it back down into the defensive zone. Persicino backhands it right through Algonquin. They shoot, good save there by Shaughnessy. Takes a weird deflection. It goes off the post on the rebound. Tyler Boris can't get it out. Now he has the puck inside the defensive zone. Boris taking it around the net on his backhand. Gets around that player. Now his forehand, he goes to flip it out. Stays in play, and now Jack Tepper can't handle that pass as it was way too high. Algonquin was able to get the puck out of the zone. Should have been too many there for Shrewsbury, but they got away with one. Algonquin on the 2-on-1 shoots. Great save there by Shaughnessy. Saved it with his face mask, and now James Tepper has it. He goes for the long pass to Jack. Jackson had to chase it down and save it from being ice. And though the goalie came out to play the puck, icing is the call. It's going to come all the way back down to the Shrewsbury zone with 11:35 remaining here in the first period.
Not till March. I'm interning in Boston. Julia,
Tepper, and Russo still on the ice for Shrewsbury. Persicino and McManus on defense. Algonquin wins the faceoff back to the point. Defenseman loses it and tries to throw it back in. Belbin gets it. He gets it up now to Tepper. Tepper gets out of the zone. He's going to be tracked down by Jack. Jack gets it up to Russo, who tries to feed it through the skates over to James. He's in the skates though, so Algonquin was able to stop it, but Jack picks it up and takes it further in. Fighting for it now, and Algonquin wins the battle there. And they're breaking the puck out of the zone. Algonquin enters the zone now. They look to center it. Good job there by McManus to break up that pass. Now James Tepper has the puck, and he's coming up ice. Tries to move around that player. James Tepper comes back with it. He's able to get it back to the point. That's Tom Belbin there. He throws it towards the net. Jack Tepper gets a stick on it, but can't step it into the net. Now Jack Tepper's fighting for the puck. Tepper sends it lower for James. They'll go back to Jack. Jack tries to go back to James in the corner, then James gets sent down. Algonquin was able to get that pass out of the zone across ice. Tom Belbin picks it up and fires it back in all the way around. Coley can't get there, but Shrewsbury's in a full line change, so Algonquin will pick it up here. Algonquin bringing up ice. Cross and they dump it in. Fleona's trying to chase it down, but Algonquin's going to win the race to it. Tries to go behind the net with it, but Fleona sends it back up. Algonquin picks it up at the point and sends it back in. Algonquin from the sideboard shoots one with no screening from that angle. Shaughnessy's easily able to stop that. There's 10-14 remaining here in the first period, and Worcester's scoreless in Westboro. O'Connor taking the face-off there. He wins it back. Leonis plays it over to Persicino. It's Albertson and Holloway, the wings on this line. Algonquin goes D to D. The other defenseman can't handle the pass, and that gets into the zone. Holloway forechecking there. He's all over that. Sam O'Connor on the ice there, and Albertson's able to play the body there. That puck gets by Leonis, and Algonquin coming up ice with it now. Persicino's going to win the race to it, and he gets it out of the zone. Leonis can't quite handle it, though, and Algonquin picks it up. Outside the zone, Holloway's going to pick it up. He has to put it back in. It's the late offside, so he just throws it in and goes to the change. Now Anthony Quinlivan, the forechecker. That long pass is complete. Pushed too far ahead, though. Now Tyler Boris picks it up. He's in the neutral zone now. He looks to pass it up to Quinlivan, but Algonquin intercepts it. They get a shot on it. Shaughnessy's easily up to stop that. And there'll be another defensive zone face-off for the Colonials. Quinlivan and Boris, the forwards on the ice right now for Shrewsbury. Mullen and Persicino are the defensemen. It's actually Tom Belbin with Ken Mullen on defense. Mullen pins that man to the boards, and Anthony Quinlivan's there to help. Quinlivan looking at the puck and squirts out. Mullen's going to get a stick on it. He gets it over all the way up to Tyler Boris, who leaves it for Anthony. Anthony leaves it back to Tyler Boris. Now Tyler Boris has it behind the net. Boris goes up for Liam. Liam backhands it out of the zone, right to Algonquin, though. Algonquin has it, and they're going to throw it back in the zone. Tom Belbin got a piece of that, and then Shaughnessy plays it over to Mullen. Mullen has it, and he passes it up looking for Liam's. And Liam skates, it gets by him, and Algonquin's going to have it in the defensive zone. Anthony plays that, it's a delayed offside. Shrewsbury has to come out of the zone, and Algonquin has time. That long pass is no good. Algonquin did get a stick on it, so it's no ice. Algonquin wins the race to it in the Shrewsbury zone. Looks to center it, but Anthony's there to pick it off. Anthony Quinlivan coming up ice, he backhands it into the zone. Liam Quinlivan, the only Shrewsbury forechecker on the puck. There are 4 Tomahawks in the zone. That gets played behind the net. That Algonquin player will win the race to the puck. They move it around. The breakup pass is no good. Leonis will chase it down. Whiffs on the dump in attempt, and then Algonquin's going to be able to dump it into the Shrewsbury zone. Algonquin won the race to the puck, but Leonis won the battle. Puck is still stuck there and then squirts out. Russo gets it up to James Tepper. James Tepper coming up the ice now. He's got no help. That's the stick down around. He walks and he shoots. And that goes up and out of play. It was over the net. I think the goalie got a piece of it, but then it went into the netting. 8:07 remaining here in the first. And we are still scoreless in Westboro.
Joey's been back for a while, right?
Yeah.
When did they start?
Goalie got a piece of that, so that will stay inside the Algonquin zone. Tepper and Russo on the ice now for Shrewsbury, with Persicino and Fleonis back on D. Jack Tepper getting set to take the offensive zone draw. Tepper wins it back to Fleonis. Fleonis on the point shoots. That gets blocked in front. Jack Tepper racing after it. He's going to win the battle in the corner. He's got 2 Tomahawks all over him. Puck comes out. Algonquin gets it up. Persicino stops that from advancing. And Persicino gets sent down. Jack Tepper picks it up, center ice. He walks it in and shoots. That gets blocked, and that Algonquin has it. They look to come up ice, but Persicino's going to take that. Persicino puts it into the Algonquin zone, but Algonquin stops it from going all the way down, and they look to break it out. Good step up there by Leonis, who gets it up to James Tepper. Now Shrewsbury has a quick developing 3-on-2. James Tepper moves around that player. That deep move goes into the skates. Persicino plays it to the side, and Algonquin's going to push it ahead where it's going to be picked up by James Tepper inside the Shrewsbury zone. James Tepper goes to the far pass to Jack. Jack deflects it into the zone. Now Algonquin's going to chase after in the D zone. Peter Belbin, the forechecker there. Force that pass, and then Holloway with the body. That's on net, delayed offsides, but now it's good. Algonquin has it in their zone. O'Connor skates by it. Peter Belbin going after it now. Algonquin with an ugly breakup, but they do get the puck out of the zone. McManus plays it up. Belbin gets it moved forward, and now O'Connor has it. O'Connor moves around one player, and then Holloway picks it up, goes back to O'Connor. O'Connor loses it, gets sent out of the zone. McManus is there. He's going to throw it back in. Algonquin's there to pick it up inside their zone. They're behind the net with it now. Tyler Boris got his skate on that puck and is able to push it forward. Holloway's going to chase after it. Holloway wins the race to it and takes it behind the net now. Holloway goes back for Boris, gets by him. Now O'Connor picks it up, tries to send it forward. That gets by Belbin, and now Algonquin coming up on a one-on-one at McManus. Player pushed the puck too far ahead. Good job by McManus to stay with the body. And now Liam Quinlivan coming up ice with it now. Quinlivan can't get by that player who picks up the puck. Boris has it now as that player couldn't get by. Now Liam picks it back up. Liam over to Tom Belbin. Tom Belbin from the point shoots. Good save there. Now Anthony's going to win the race to that rebound. Plays it back behind the net, but Algonquin's there to pick it up. Algonquin moves it up. Anthony gets it. He shoots. That goes wide. Now Tyler Boris chasing it down. Algonquin's going to get it. They try to get it all the way down, but Persicino's going to throw it back into the zone. Delayed offside step for Shrewsbury. Good now as Tyler Boris goes back in chasing after the puck. And that's no good. Liam's going to pick it up. He's just in the high slot. Tyler Boris picks it up. He shoots. That goes wide. A delayed penalty coming now for Algonquin. Algonquin got the touch, and with 5:34 remaining here in the first period, Shrewsbury is going to go on a 2-minute power play. Holding the call on Algonquin. It'll be Quinlivan, and James Tepper, with Connell Persicino and Tyler Boris at the point. Anthony set to take the face-off in the offensive zone. Algonquin wins that, pushes it ahead to Persicino. Pass from Persicino was in Tyler Boris' feet, but he's able to get it back to Persicino, who gets it down low to Quinlivan. Anthony gets it to Liam. Liam goes back to Anthony on the sideboards. Anthony goes back for Liam. Liam takes it behind the net looking for a better pass. Open up ice. Gets it back to Persicino. Liam has it, puts it behind the net for Anthony. Anthony now has it in the corner. Coming out of the corner, loses the puck momentarily. He's able to play it back down to Liam. Liam goes back up to Anthony. 30 seconds now gone from the power play. Liam has it now. He gets it up to Persicino. Persicino walks it over and then goes back down to Liam. Liam shoots, but that shot's blocked. Liam wins the race to the rebound. Liam up to Persicino. Persicino walks over. He shoots. That's deflected in front by James Tepper. Tyler Boris can't quite win the race to the rebound, but he's able to keep it in the zone. Persicino's there at the point. He looks far back door for Liam. Liam's going to leave it down for Anthony. A minute gone now from the power play, so there's a minute left. Anthony has it. He curls. He walks onto the slot. The pass is for Liam. Algonquin got a stick on it, though, so that gets cleared out. Persicino retrieves it inside the Shrewsbury zone, and then Anthony loses the puck there. James Tepper is able to get it back for Persicino. Tyler Boris now picks it up and curls around that player, and Tyler Boris is now headed up ice. Tyler Boris gets around a couple players and gives it up to Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper flying into the zone now. He loses the puck, and Algonquin's going to be able to get the full ice clear. Son Shaughnessy, he's able to stop that and play it to the side to Tom Belbin. Only 20 seconds now remaining in the Algonquin penalty. Belbin's going to leave it for Anthony Quinlivan. Anthony Quinlivan bringing it up ice. He'll take it all the way into the offensive zone. Gets around that player. Looks for James Tepper. Jack Tepper's going to pick it up. Tries to circle around. Tom Belbin has to throw it back down. And then Anthony Quinlivan can't keep it in the zone. Anthony passes it over to Mullen. The penalty's expiring now as Mullen dumps it into the zone. It's going to go all the way around where it's almost picked up by James Tepper. He's skated by it, though, so Tom Belbin has to race in. His dumping attempt goes off Cole Russo's leg. An Algonquin player also tried to get it by, but Cole Russo's leg stopped that, too. Jack Tepper throws one on net. Bogdanski's able to stop that. It goes up in the air behind the net. Algonquin has it now, coming up and out of the zone. They try to flip it up, but from inside their own zone, they hit it up into the roof. And with 3:13 remaining here in the first period, the face-off will come back into the Algonquin zone. O'Connor, Albertson, and Peter Belbin, the forwards, coming on the ice for Shrewsbury. Tom Belbin and Cam Mullen are back on D. Peter Belbin will take the face-off inside the offensive zone. He leaves it there for O'Connor. O'Connor loses it, and Algonquin gets it out of the zone. Cam Mullen's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Play over the boards, but now Algonquin's bringing it inside the zone. Draw pass on the soft shot on Shaughnessy. He's able to stop that. Now Peter Belbin has it. Belbin with a pass over to Albertson. Now Albertson racing into the zone. Albertson's able to push it forward and get it deep. Algonquin picks up the puck though, but Albertson's on the man. Belbin's able to play that man, pick up the puck, and leave it for Albertson. He loses it though, and Algonquin has it. They're able to come out of the zone. They fire one in. Shaughnessy stops it and plays it over to Tom Belbin. Belbin goes D to D over to Mullen. Mullen gets it up to Albertson, breaking out of the zone. Albertson gets it over to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to take up the sideboard and stump it in. Puck is hot. O'Connor's able to push that man down. Algonquin picks it up behind the net though and is able to curl past Albertson. Tyler Boris is all over that man. And Sam McManus with a touch. And Tyler Boris is going to go to the box for a penalty. 2:16 remaining here in the first. And the Colonials will be shorthanded. Tyler Boris being called for a slash as he was trying to track that man down. Now Anthony and Liam will try to kill this penalty for Shrewsbury as Tom Belbin comes out to join Connell Persicino on defense. Anthony wins it. Persicino's going to get the clear all the way down. Good start to the penalty kill for Shrewsbury. Liam with a conservative forecheck here. They look to pass up, and Liam's going to chase that man down. It passes in Liam's skates, and now Anthony has it. Anthony couldn't get around that man for a clean breakaway, but he's going to crawl back looking for a pass. He's able to push that man down. 3 tomahawks in the area. One of them's able to pick up the puck. Now Algonquin has it coming up ice. They don't have numbers though, as Shrewsbury's able to get back. Algonquin with the puck behind the net now. They look to center it out front. Player whiffed on the shot. Shaughnessy was able to cover it. Just 35 seconds here into the penalty to Tyler Boris. 1:40 remaining in the period. Still Quinlivan, Persicino, and Tom Belbin out killing the penalty for Shrewsbury. Anthony set to take the defensive zone draw. Anthony wins it back. Persicino gets there. He fires it all the way around. It's kept in the zone by Algonquin. Algonquin has it in the corner. They move it out to the point. But that pass gets by the defenseman, comes out of the zone, so Algonquin has to regroup inside the neutral zone. Tomahawks get it forward into the offensive zone. Tom Belbin's able to poke the puck away from that man who's in the corner. Just a minute left on the penalty now. Algonquin working it down low. They shoot. Save. The puck is loose, and it's in. With 1:03 remaining in the first period, Algonquin scores a power play goal to take the 1-0 lead here at North Star. It'll be Tepper, and Russo coming into the ice for Shrewsbury after the goal. Cam Mullen and Tom Belbin are back on defense. Jack Tepper picks up the puck. Picked up by that man, and now Cam Mullen will have to play it inside the neutral zone. Mullen moves the puck up. And now James Tepper has it in the offensive zone. Tepper fights through a slash, and now the puck is inside the corner. Algonquin chips that puck up, but it goes out of play. 45 seconds remaining in the period, and the puck will still be in the offensive zone for Shrewsbury. Jack Tepper wins it back. Cam Mullen goes over to Tom Belbin. Tom Belbin from the point. That shot gets blocked. And now Algonquin has it coming up ice. A 2-on-1 if they hurry the shot. And then the rebound goes way high. Shaughnessy was out of the net. That player had some open net to shoot at. Shaughnessy, though, a great job making the initial save. Now Russo chasing after it in the offensive zone. Puck gets out. It's not sent forward. Cam Mullen was able to get a stick on it. James Tepper hits that player, and then they dump it in the zone. Tom Belbin chasing after it. Belbin's going to pick up the puck inside the defensive zone. He's below his own goal line. Belbin curls back. There's only 8 seconds remaining in the period. Belbin goes over to Mullen. Mullen gets it up to Russo, who gets it out of the zone. Jack Tepper has it. He's across the red line with just 2 seconds left. He carries it in. Looks to make a move to the net, but it's too late. And after one, it's going to be 1-0 Algonquin heading into the first intermission. We're ready to go here for the second period. It'll be Quinlivan and Boris to start here for the Colonials with Mullen and Perfectino back on D. Anthony's able to tie up his man. Liam was the race to the puck. From deep out, Liam takes a shot on net. Easily saved by Bogdansky. Just 8 seconds into the period, and we're going to have a face-off inside the Algonquin zone. Anthony bearing down to take the offensive zone draw. Anthony ties up his man. Liam can't get there. Algonquin clears it all the way down. Not quite on net, so that'll be an ice. 15 seconds of the period now, and we're going to have another face-off inside the Algonquin zone. Same players on the ice here for Shrewsbury.
What do you think of the game tomorrow?
He's fine.
I think he's fine. I think they're going to win. That's like that.
Algonquin comes away with it. Algonquin coming up ice now. They get it out of the zone. Across the red line, now across the blue line, bring into the zone. That player on his backhand. Persikino plays the body, but he stays with it. Algonquin has it now behind the net. Mullen's on that man. He gets a piece of it, and then it gets dumped around. Liam chasing after it. Algonquin's able to keep it in. Push it further ahead. Now it's cleared all the way inside and all the way into the far corner.
The game will be
Towards the net. From behind the net, Algonquin player puts it out to the slot, but it's cleared away by Mullen. Algonquin has it. Working into the slot. They shoot. Good save there by Shaughnessy. Persikino on that man. He trips him up. And a delayed penalty. Persikino gets a touch. And a tripping call here to Connell. Persikino is going to put the Colonials on the penalty kill just a minute into the second period. Penalty killers up for Shrewsbury right now are Jack Tepper, Anthony Quinlivan, Cole Russo, and Tom Belbin, the lone defenseman. Anthony Quinlivan's going to play the role of defenseman as Jack Tepper gets to take the face-off in the defensive zone. Algonquin wins it back. From the point, they go D to D. That player loses the puck. It gets out of the zone. Cole Russo is the forechecker on that man now. Brings it all the way back into his defensive zone. Looks to skate it up ice, but Russo cuts him off. Now he has to curl back and go far D to D. So Russo angles, he goes D to D, and now Algonquin coming up ice and entering the zone. They leave it back there. Jack Tepper's on that man, but then they go back to that player. Algonquin moves it back up to the point. From the point, they shoot. Becca Struhl got deflected off something. Never got to Shaughnessy. It's in the corner now. Cole Russo plays it. Algonquin works it out to the point. They walk it over. They go D to D. Player comes down, loses the puck. Jack Tepper gets it. He's able to get the clear. 50 seconds gone on the penalty kill now for Shrewsbury. Liam Quinlivan hopping the boards and racing for the puck, now chasing that player behind the net. Liam catches up to him, is able to get a stick on him, gets a piece of that pass, but it doesn't leave the zone. Algonquin's at the point, they shoot. Good save there by Shaughnessy, who plays to the side. No one was there to pick up the rebound. Algonquin's going to push it back in. Algonquin possession behind the net. Cam Mullen gets a stick on it, the Algonquin player regains possession. They move it out to the point. Liam Quinlivan's the forward on there. They go backdoor, passes in the player's skates. Jack Tepper diving, he's able to get the puck out of the zone. Just 30 seconds here remaining on the penalty to Connell Persikino. Liam's able to get a piece of that. Algonquin now can't enter cleanly, they dump it in. Tom Belbin's going to get there. He clears it. Can't get out though, Algonquin keeps it in. 20 seconds remaining here on the penalty. Algonquin has it inside the offensive zone. They work it out to the point. Move it back down low. They look to move it up to the point. That shot's right on Shaughnessy. He's able to come up to save. The rebound's there. Puck is loose. They go back. Penalty now is over. Liam couldn't win the race to it. Tom Belbin moves it up, but Algonquin's going to get it. And Algonquin ices the puck. And the puck's going to come all the way back into the Algonquin zone. There's 11:51 remaining here in the second period. Face-off coming all the way back into the Algonquin zone, but the Tomahawks still have a 1-0 lead over Shrewsbury. It'll be Tepper, Russo, and Tyler Boris, the forwards here for Shrewsbury, with Fleonis and Persicino back at the point. Boris wins the face-off over to James Tepper. Gets sent back to Persicino. Persicino has to throw it all the way in. Algonquin's going to win the race to it. James Tepper's on that player. He pokes it away. And then Tyler Boris pokes it away a second time. Tepper shoots. It goes off the side of the net. Algonquin wins the race to it, but Tepper's able to get a piece of that. The player gets around him and puts it behind the net. Tyler Boris is going to get there. Tyler Boris goes to the point for Persicino. Persicino shoots one on net. Good save there. Rebound kicks all the way out to Fleonis. Fleonis shoots. Puck is loose. Russo's digging after it. Ref blows the whistle. It'll be another offensive zone face-off for Shrewsbury. Big trouble for Fleonis to get that shot through. Russo saw it. He was digging after it. Goalie was eventually able to cover it up. Now Quinlivan and Quinlivan coming onto the ice to join Tyler Boris, with Fleonis and Connell Persicino still at the point. Tyler Boris did win that last face-off. Anthony coming on as a center though to take this one. He wins it back, but it gets all the way out. Fleonis racing after it. Fleonis is going to win a race to the puck. He gets it over to Persicino. Persicino gets it up to Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris deflects it into the zone. The goalie's going to win the race after it. He plays it all the way around. Anthony's going to get there. Anthony spins around, makes a move. He gets it out to Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris shoots. That got deflected and is behind the net. Tyler Boris is going to pick it up. Boris looking for Liam. Liam has to reach around for it. Anthony has it behind the net. Anthony goes out to Persicino at the point. Persicino takes a look. He shoots Tyler Boris' stick. It's a good deflection, but it was over the net. Liam's going to pick it up. Liam now makes a move for the net. Liam on his backhand throws it toward, but that goes wide. Tyler Boris wins the race to it, pokes it up with Fleonis. Fleonis takes one. He shoots it towards the net. Liam went over. Hopping pass got over everyone's stick, though, went all the way to the boards. Tyler Boris got it. Leaves it down low for Liam. Liam has it. He's able to move around that player as he gets a stick to the face. Liam still fighting and gets to Tyler Boris. Boris loses it. Now Algonquin has it coming up. Algonquin tries to push it forward. Persicino got a stick on it, so it doesn't go all the way in. And Tyler Boris has it. Pass is no good to Anthony, but it's no ice. Anthony plays the body. Liam takes the puck. Fights through the body, but loses the puck, and now Algonquin has it coming up ice. That puck is chipped in with McManus chasing after it. McManus is going to win the race to it. He clears it around, but Algonquin's going to be able to keep that in the zone. Algonquin has it. Trying to work with the high slot. Player lost the puck, has to regroup. Goes back down. McManus is able to get it just out of the zone. Algonquin has it though inside the neutral zone. They have to regroup for a delayed offsides, and then they're going to dump it into the corner. McManus is going to pick it up in the corner. He chips it, takes a weird hop off the boards. And now James Tepper has it. It's a 2-on-1 here for Shrewsbury. James Tepper with Cole Russo on his left. Tepper shoots. Rebound goes to the left of the goalie. Russo was on the wrong side of it. It's behind the net now. Tepper and Russo fighting for it. Tepper's lying down. Algonquin gets it. They try to clear it around, but the ref got in the way. Russo tried to push it out to McManus. Loses the puck, and Algonquin has it. They're going to clear it out of the zone. Belton picks it up inside the neutral zone. Passes over to Jack. Jack leaves it for James. James enters the zone. Still delayed offsides for Shrewsbury. Jack Tepper chasing after, but it's delayed offsides. He has to come all the way out of the zone. Good now as Algonquin has time to break it out of the zone. That pass is no good. It got by Sam McManus and all the way down. That's going to go for an ice, but exactly 9 minutes remaining here in the second period. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Shrewsbury, who still trail Algonquin 1-0. Quinlivan and Boris coming into the ice for Shrewsbury. It'll be Persicino and Mullen at the point. Anthony ties up his man, but the center's able to kick it. Algonquin has it. They go to DDD. Try to go back. Tyler Boris can't quite get there. Persicino keeps it in. He gets it on net. Easily saved by Bodansky. Algonquin picks up the rebound. Fires it around. Mullen's there. Mullen's able to keep it in, and then Liam picks it up. Liam moves it down low for Tyler Boris. Doesn't get there, then Algonquin's coming up ice with it. Some good passes, Algonquin coming up ice. Anthony's able to get back, though, then Persicino moves it up to Liam. Liam gets it slapped away, and Algonquin has it. They push it forward, and Mullen's going to pick it up inside the neutral zone. Mullen whipped on that pass, and Algonquin has it coming in on Persicino. They shoot. Saved by Shaughnessy, who couldn't control the rebound, and it gets pushed down behind the net. Mullen will fight around. Algonquin picks it up at the point. Tyler Boris puts it forward. Now it's a 2-1 for Shrewsbury. Liam Quinlivan has the puck with Tyler Boris on his right. Quinlivan can't move around that player. And a delayed penalty coming on Algonquin. Shaughnessy racing to the bench for the extra man. Algonquin gets the touch though. With 8 minutes remaining here in the second period, Shrewsbury will have another power play. Head contact the call, so I think that player is being ejected from the game by rule. It'll be Tepper, and Anthony Quinlivan on the power play for Shrewsbury, with Persicino and Tyler Boris back. Tepper wins it back. Anthony has it. He gets it over to Persicino. Anthony gets it over to Boris. Boris looking at that. Puck took a weird deflection. Jack Tepper had to pick it up on the side of the net. Boris gets it over to James. James shoots. That shot goes wide. Boris races for it to keep it in the zone. Boris fires it all the way in. Jack Tepper picks it up in the corner. Gives it for Persicino. Persicino now has it skating out of the corner. Moves it up to Anthony at the point. Anthony walks it over. He fakes the shot, goes back to Persicino. Persicino looking back doors. Tyler Boris is crashing. Algonquin's going to pick it up and fire it all the way down. Shrewsbury had very little sense of urgency on the first power play. Things look a little better here as they've gotten a couple shots towards the net. Not able to break the puck out of the zone cleanly here though. 50 seconds now gone here from the Algonquin penalty. That was a head contact penalty, so the player by rule was ejected from the game. The bench only serving a minor penalty though. Boris moves it back for Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper moves it back down for Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris spins around. Takes that player out and gets to Anthony. Anthony moves it back up for James Tepper. James Tepper moves it down for Boris. Boris has it on the sideboards, moves it back up to James. James to the point, shoots, and he scores! Jack Tepper was in front, serving as a screen. The shot got through and into the net. 6:45 remaining here in the second period, and Shrewsbury ties it up at 1. Jack Tepper serving as a perfect screen in front of the net as James Tepper shot from the point, finds the back of the net. 1-1 here in Westboro. Peter Belbin's going to take the face-off here after the goal with Holloway on his left and Albertson on his right. Face-off's one back to Tom Belbin. He fires it in, but Dansky stops behind the net. Boris and Anthony Quinlivan giving the assists on that James Tepper goal. Algonquin was able to get the puck out of the zone. That's a clean breakout. They're coming across the blue line now. Albertson's all over that player, and then Holloway was able to poke the puck from him. Puck goes down though, and Mullen plays it all the way around. That'll get out of the zone. If it reaches the goal line, it'll be an ice. Puck just does cross before Algonquin gets up to it. 6:16 remaining here in the second. And the face-off's going to come all the way back into the Shrewsbury zone as Boris, Quinlivan, and Quinlivan hop the boards for Shrewsbury. Mullen and Tom Belbin are back playing defense for Shrewsbury as Anthony bears down to take this defensive zone draw. Anthony ties up his man. Belbin's able to get to it. Now Tyler Boris has it coming up ice. Boris is across the red line and across the blue line. He brings it down behind the net, throws it up front, kicks across the crease. Tom Belbin's unable to keep that one in, but a good step up there by Cam Mullen. Plays it with a high stick, but Algonquin picks it up and entering the zone. Looking into the slot, and Anthony's there to hit it away. He moves it up to the point, so Algonquin's able to keep it in, but Anthony swats it ahead with his hand. To an Algonquin player, so no hand pass. Algonquin now has it coming in on a 3-on-3. Liam's able to poke that one away as Mullen steps up on that player. Algonquin takes it behind the net. Looking to the slot, good job there by Mullen to swat that away. Algonquin tries to move it back down, but Anthony's there to pick it up. Anthony enters the zone on a 3-on-2. Leaves it for Tyler Boris, but it goes right to an Algonquin player. And Liam's able to get a piece of that pass and keep it in the zone. Tyler Boris is going to win the race to it. Tyler Boris is able to move around that player, moves to the net. Wodanski sees it, gets a glove on it before the ref's able to see it. 5:03 remaining here in the second. Still a tie game in Westboro. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Shrewsbury, as the puck was eventually covered by the goalie. It'll be Albertson, Holloway, and O'Connor on the ice for Shrewsbury, with McManus and Persicino back on D. O'Connor tries to move it forward. Algonquin picks it up. Albertson gets a piece of it though, but Algonquin now has the puck. They look to play it forward, but O'Connor got a stick on it. Algonquin chips to the head, and now they're coming up ice. That player chips it past Persicino, but it goes all the way down. Algonquin wins the race to it. O'Connor's on that man. He keeps the puck though, so Algonquin has it behind the net. O'Connor gets a stick on that. Player loses it momentarily, but picks it back up. Moves it out to the defenseman crashing in. Persicino was able to block that with the skate and then send it forward. Holloway chasing it down. It gets out of the zone. Albertson was able to get a stick on that pass. Looks to move it up for Holloway, but he didn't get all of that pass. Persicino, though, with sharp eyes, is able to get a piece of that. That player tries to move past. O'Connor got a piece of him, and then Holloway sent it down. Puck is chipped ahead, and now Algonquin has it inside their own defensive zone. They're able to chip it out. Persicino steps up on that man. Now O'Connor's going to chase it back into the Shrewsbury zone. O'Connor goes behind the net. It's too far ahead, but now James Tepper picks it up. James Tepper enters the zone with Jack Tepper on his right. Oh, James went to move it over for Jack. Good play by the Algonquin defenseman to get a stick on it though, but now James Tepper has it. He makes a move towards the net. Puck is loose on the side of the net. The goalie's on top of it now. The net's off. It's apparent that the referee indicated the puck will stay inside the zone with 3:43 remaining here in the second. Puck was loose for a moment. I couldn't tell if the goalie ended up on top of it, but the net came off. The puck will stay inside the Algonquin zone for Shrewsbury to take an offensive zone faceoff with Tepper and Russo on the ice, with Fleonis and Tom Belbin back at the point. Refs discussing where the faceoff's going to be, and we'll come back in a second. The puck is going to stay inside the Algonquin zone. The draw ends up in the corner. Jack Tepper's got it. Tepper coming behind the net with it. He makes a move to the net on his backhand. He looks to move it over for James. Pass gets by him, but James is going to pick it up in the corner. James sends it back down. Jack fighting for it, but Russo's going to pick it up. Russo in the corner. Gets by a couple players, including James Tepper. Puck is loose in front of the net. Kicks to the side. Jack Tepper's going to pick it up. Jack Tepper shoots towards the net. That goes wide. Fleonis racing after it. Gets by him, but Rose is able to keep in the zone. Whiffs on it, though, and Algonquin takes it out. Algonquin on a 2-on-2. That player trying to race by Russo. Russo's able to get in front of him. And Fleonis places it behind the net where Tom Belbin's going to pick it up at the corner. Belbin gets there. He's able to get the puck out of the zone. Tepper goes over for Russo. The pass is too hard. It's going to get off Russo's stick and into the Algonquin zone. That player whiffs on that attempt, but Algonquin has it behind their own net. Algonquin can't break it out. Anthony gets there. He throws it back in. James Tepper's going to pick it up. He goes for the wraparound. Tyler Boris ends up with the puck on the sideboards. It's thrown towards the net. Badansky covers it. 2:37 remaining here in the second period. Faceoff will again be in the Algonquin zone. We're tied here in Westboro. It'll be Quinlivan and Boris on the ice for Shrewsbury. Persicino's joined at the point by Cam Troyo. Anthony getting set to take the offensive zone draw. Anthony ties up his man. Tyler Boris can't get to it, but Liam gets it. His shot's blocked in front of the net. Liam takes the man. Tyler Boris going for the puck, but it kicks out. Algonquin has it, leaves it for one man. Anthony gets a stick on it. Then it gets chipped by Troy. Anthony's going to win the race to it, though. He sends it back forward. Tyler Boris is there. He's able to lift the stick. Algonquin breaking up ice. Oh! 2-on-1. They move over. Great save there by Shaughnessy. Liam coming up ice with it now. He moves it over for Anthony on the left side. Anthony comes back, leaves it for Liam. Liam shoots, it deflects. Anthony goes for the rebound. It's saved, and Algonquin picks it up. Algonquin behind the net with it. Liam ties up that man and kicks up to Tyler Boris. He moves it up to Persicino. Persicino shoots. Saved by Badansky with 1:50 remaining in the second period. There'll be another face-off inside the Algonquin zone. Weird development down the other end as a Shrewsbury player fell as Algonquin came in on a 3-on-2. But a great kick save by Shaughnessy, who was able to keep Algonquin out of the net for a second time tonight. And Shrewsbury will take another offensive zone face-off. It'll be Peter Belbin taking the face-off, with Sam O'Connor on his left and Danny Holloway on his right. Cam Mullen and Tom Belbin are back at the point. Belbin wins that back. O'Connor gets a skate on it. Algonquin has it now, though, and Algonquin coming up on a 3-on-2 on Mullen and Belbin. Belbin's able to block that shot. Algonquin moves it back to the point. Peter Belbin fighting for it. Puck's still tied up. Both Belbins fighting for the puck now. And it gets pushed all the way out. A minute and a half remaining here in the second. Algonquin has it in neutral zone. Shrewsbury couldn't handle the puck, and then it gets dumped all the way into their zone. John Shaughnessy, so he'll play it to the side over to Tom Belbin. Belbin has it. He looks to move it up. The Algonquin defenseman took the wrong turn to the puck, but icing is still the call. 1:11 remaining here in the second period. Puck's going to come all the way back to Shrewsbury zone. Tepper and Russo coming into the ice as forwards for Shrewsbury, with Leonis and Persicino back on D. Jacks up to tie up his man. He wins it back, but Algonquin picks it up. Moves it ahead, though, and James Tepper gets it. Tepper coming up ice with it now. He enters the offensive zone. Cuts in the middle. Moves it over for Russo, but it's too far ahead of him. Russo passes it over to Jack, who leaves it for James. James pushes it back towards behind the net. Jack's there digging for it. He's got two tomahawks all over him. James can't fish it out now. Algonquin has it. They chip it out of the zone, but Persicino's there to pick it up. He moves it forward, but Algonquin picks it up. Algonquin has it. They fire one towards the net. That goes off the side of the net. Algonquin now has it behind the net. Move it up to that player. Jack's able to get a stick on it, and that gets out of the zone. Jack Tepper skates by that one, though. Russo's going to pick it up. A delayed penalty here coming. There are 26 seconds remaining here in the second period. And Algonquin's going to the box for a trip on Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper's hustles but drew that penalty, and the Colonials are going to go on the power play for the last 26 seconds here in the second period. And a minute 34 of the third period if they don't score before that. It'll be Anthony, Liam, and James Tepper on the ice right now for Shrewsbury, with Tyler Boris and Connell Persicino back at the point on this power play. Anthony wins that for Liam. Liam has the circles around and gets it over to Boris. Boris goes back to Liam with a one-timer from the point, goes off the side of the net. That might have grabbed post. Kicks all the way out. Liam can't keep it in. Goes over for Tyler Boris. There's only 12 seconds remaining in the period. Boris moves it up for Liam. Liam can't handle it. Gets sent ahead. No offsides to call. Anthony picks it up. He shoots. That gets blocked. Persicino takes a shot. Tepper has it. He can't get it towards the net, and that'll be it. Some pushing and shoving going on, including the goalkeeper for Algonquin. There'll be a minute and 34 seconds remaining in the penalty as we start the third period. After two, it's 1-1 here in Westboro. We are back here ready for the third period here at North Star in Westboro. It's 1-1 after two. Shrewsbury is going to start the third period on a power play for the next minute and 34 seconds. It's Quinlivan, and James Tepper on the ice for Shrewsbury, with Tyler Boris and Connell Persicino back on D. Algonquin comes away with the face-off. Sick is slashed out of his hands. And just like that, Anthony Quinlivan's going to go to the penalty for a slashing call. And it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute and 29 seconds. Quinlivan and Persicino are going to stay on the ice for Shrewsbury. Tom Belbin and Jack Tepper are coming out to help play 4-on-4. Algonquin wins that face-off back. They'll barely have to keep it in. Liam gets a piece of it, though, and that comes out of the zone. Gets chipped ahead, and Jack Tepper's able to get a piece of it. Liam collects it, tries to bring it to the zone, but loses the puck, and now Algonquin has it regroup inside their zone. Jack Tepper's able to get a piece of it. He whiffs on that shot, looks over for Liam. Passes too far ahead, though, and Algonquin tries to come up ice with it. Player gets around Liam and enters the offensive zone. He shoots. Saved easily by Shaughnessy. 30 seconds gone on the penalty to Anthony Quinlivan. 57 seconds remaining in the Algonquin penalty, so we're 4-4 for the next 57. It'll be James Tepper and Tyler Boris on the ice here for Shrewsbury, with Tom Belbin and Persicino still back playing defense. Boris is able to win the face-off to Persicino. Persicino tries to play it forward, deflects up and out of play. And off the Algonquin player, that'll come out of the zone. So it'll be a neutral zone face-off here that Tyler Boris gets it to take. Now the ref deciding to come back into the Shrewsbury zone. So Tyler Boris will get set to take a defensive zone draw. Boris wins that one back to Persicino. Persicino plays it along. James Tepper will get there. He goes far for Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris racing the offensive zone now. He takes a shot. Algonquin player got a stick on that. Persicino's going to pick it up and send it back in. James Tepper racing after it. Boris and James Tepper battling for it in the corner. Boris is going to come away with it. Boris is over for Tom Belbin. Tom Belbin shoots. One off the Algonquin stick, and now James Tepper's going to pick that up in the corner. Tepper leaves it for Tom Belbin. Belbin shoots. Nobody in front. That was saved easily by Badansky. 17 seconds here remaining of 4-on-4 hockey. Jack Tepper and Cole Russo coming into the ice for Shrewsbury to play forward. Cam Mullen is going to join Connell Persicino at the point. Jack Tepper wins that back to Mullen. Mullen throws it back in for Jack. Jack looks to get too far ahead of him, loses a stick, and now Algonquin's coming up ice. Algonquin coming up on 3-on-2. Jack and Russo are getting back. Algonquin pushes it all the way in. Wins the race to it. Algonquin has it now behind the net and taking it into the corner. It's a power play now for Algonquin as that player comes out of the box. 25 seconds remaining on the Anthony Quinlivan penalty. They shoot. That goes wide. Algonquin picks it up. Works it back down to the corner behind the net. They throw it out in front. Shot goes up and in the air. That player had it if he got a stick on it. Shaughnessy wasn't that far over, but he missed it. And Jack Tepper gets it all the way down on Badansky. Just a couple seconds remaining on the Anthony Quinlivan penalty, so that's expiring now. Jack's able to get a piece of that. Slows up the player, and he goes off sides. 12:49 remaining here in the game. It's 1-1 here in Westboro. Faceoff's going to come just outside the Shrewsbury zone. It'll be Tepper, Russo on the ice for Shrewsbury, with Cam Mullen and Tom Belbin back on D. Algonquin wins that faceoff. They go D-to-D in the neutral zone. Bring it inside the blue line. Shoot one on Shaughnessy. He makes the leg save. Can't control the rebound though. Jack Tepper will pick it up. Flip it ahead. James Tepper's got it. He's on a mini breakaway. He gets hacked from behind. No penalty coming. Tom Belbin looks to push it ahead to James Tepper, but Algonquin picks it up, and they're coming up ice now. Player tries to get around Mullen. Mullen pokes it away. Wins the battle, and then Russo's going to send it along for James Tepper. Tepper loses it, but Tom Belbin's there to pick it up. Belbin chips it past that player, but not by the second, so Algonquin now has it. Algonquin bringing it behind the net. Jack Tepper's all over that player. With Cam Mullen's help, Jack Tepper kicks it forward. Algonquin's able to throw it in front of the net, though. Shot goes wide, then they're trying to wrap around. Shaughnessy's there, hugging the post. The backhand towards the net, hops in on Shaughnessy. He's able to stick with it. Algonquin picks it up, throw it into the slot. They picked up at the point, they go D-to-D. Pass goes all the way to the boards. They get sent ahead. Algonquin's got it at the point now. He's got to look. Blocked there by Russo, then it's thrown towards the net, but that gets blocked. Belbin racing after it. He's able to get a stick on it. Can't get it out of the zone now, so Algonquin's able to keep it in. Russo's able to swat that away. Now Tom Belbin picks it up. I guess not far enough for Anthony Quinlivan. Player lost the puck, but now entering the zone on sides. That shot goes wide of the net. Algonquin has it at the point. They shoot. That goes high and over the net. Doesn't quite get out of the zone, though, so Algonquin throws it in on Shaughnessy. He plays it with his glove right to Tom Belbin. Belbin has it, moves it up for Anthony Quinlivan. Quinlivan loses the puck, but able to push it ahead. Tyler Boris just comes onto the ice. He picks it up now and comes into the zone. Boris throws one towards the net, but that gets blocked. Comes out of the zone now, and Algonquin coming up ice with it. Pushes it ahead. Fleonis is able to get there. That clearing attempt is in Anthony's skates. Tyler Boris picks it up, though. Gets past one player and now flips it ahead for Liam. Liam Quinlivan coming up ice with it just under 11 minutes to play. He's able to get by that player. Push ahead, though. He has to dump it back in for Anthony. Anthony can't get there, though. Algonquin wins the race to him, gets it by Tyler Boris. Liam is able to step up on that player, force a pass. Leonis is able to get it over to Persicino, who goes over to the far boards. Algonquin dumps it in just across the red line. Tyler Boris is going to pick it up behind the net and leave it for Anthony. Anthony almost loses it. Sticks with the puck, but can't break out cleanly. Chips ahead, then it comes back to him. Anthony flips it far for Liam. Liam Quinlivan entering the zone now with Persicino right behind him. He walks to the middle. He shoots, but that gets deflected towards the corner. Sent back in where Liam's going to pick it up in the corner.
Here we go.
Liam sends it back out. O'Connor can't handle it, and he kicks it into the corner. Algonquin's going to pick it up. Albertson chasing that man behind the net. O'Connor's on him too, but then the pass gets up. Gets chipped by McManus. All the way into the zone now. Player throws the puck across the crease, but no one's there. Then it goes thrown towards the net, but that goes wide. Albertson racing after it now. Albertson's going to win the race to it. Now he's coming up ice. Across the red line and into the zone is Albertson. He leaves it for O'Connor. O'Connor shoots, played easily to the boards by Bogdansky. Algonquin wins the race to the rebound, but that player falls, and now O'Connor's going to pick it up. O'Connor throws it back in, but right to Algonquin. Now they're coming up ice with it. Across the red line and in goes Algonquin. Shaughnessy stops behind the net for Tommy Belbin. Belbin moves it up for Albertson. Albertson's just able to get enough of it to keep it and then throw it in. Goes all the way around where Peter Belbin's racing after it. Peter Belbin gets a stick on it, but there are a couple of Algonquin players there who are able to get by him. That puck is chipped by Russo and then chipped all the way into the zone. Tom Belbin and McManus are there. Comes out to the point. That shot's blocked by Russo. Goes to the other defenseman, though, who pushes it too far ahead of himself. Tom Belbin's going to get there, and he's got time to make a play. He goes all the way around for Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper gets it. Tries to move it over for Cole Russo, but that goes off Algonquin's skates. Tom Belbin picks it up, moves it over for McManus. McManus flips it out of the zone. Algonquin throws it back in onto the laid-off sides. Tom Belbin picks it up and throws it up to James Tepper. James Tepper can't cleanly get by that player. Fighting for the puck now. Algonquin tries to push it up, they lose it. Cole Russo gets it, shoots. Stay there by Bogdansky. It goes over and behind the net. Gets out of the zone, but Persicino throws it right back in. James Tepper got a piece of it. The player is able to kick it forward. Tyler Boris picks it up, though. Loses the puck, and Algonquin's coming in. This player's all alone. Persicino goes toward him. Shaughnessy left the rebound there. I wasn't sure where the puck was. It's cleared away, then Tepper coming up ice, loses the puck. Mullen plays it up. Jack Tepper racing after it now. Algonquin plays it forward. Can't get out of the zone cleanly, and Persicino's going to pick it up. James Tepper now has it on the left side. He shoots. That goes over the net. Mullen racing toward it. Mullen's able to keep it in the zone. Loses the puck, though. It gets by him. Now Anthony's going to have to pick it up in the neutral zone. Anthony loses it momentarily, then passes it into Algonquin skates, but Tyler Boris is going to pick it up. Tyler Boris coming in the neutral zone. Enters the offensive zone, loses the puck. Liam's going to pick it up. Liam circles back, now walking towards the middle. Tries to throw it back in. Comes out of the zone, though. No offsides in the call. Anthony skates over. He makes the move to the net. Tyler Boris shoots and scores.
Here you go.
After what looked like it could have been offsides, Tyler Boris and Anthony Quinlivan come into the zone. Work the puck to each other into the net. Now it's 2-1 Shrewsbury. The referee's now having a discussion. There's 7:21 remaining in the third. Call on the ice with no offsides and a goal. We'll be back in a second with the final verdict. Good. We're back here in Westboro. It is 2-1 Shrewsbury. Albertson, Peter Belbin, and Danny Holloway on the ice for Shrewsbury. Algonquin wins the face-off, and they're entering the offensive zone now. Shot towards the net. Shaughnessy's able to play it away. Gets dumped back in. Cam Mullen's able to get a stick on that, so Algonquin can't work anything cleanly. Holloway's there. Algonquin can't win the race to that. Now Albertson has it coming up. Albertson's coming in the left side with Peter Belbin on his right. Moves it up for Peter. Peter looks to go back to Albertson. Now Algonquin has it coming up ice. They flip it ahead. Mullen's able to get a stick on that, but Algonquin picks it back up, and they're coming back into the Shrewsbury zone. Algonquin trying to curl around. Persicino's able to play the body there. Algonquin picks it up behind the net. Peter Belbin's able to play the body on that player and send him down. Persicino there to help dig for the puck. Persicino comes away with it, but then loses the puck. It's taken away now. Algonquin from the point moves it back down low. And then Danny Holloway's able to chip it out. Algonquin regrouping in the neutral zone with just under 6.5 to play here in the game. That player loses the puck. And Cam Mullen gets it, pokes to the head, but Algonquin has it, and they're regrouping in the neutral zone. Algonquin chips it ahead and behind the net. Cam Mullen's going to win the race to it. Mullen eventually catches up to it, then sends it back D for Persicino. Too far ahead of him. Persicino has to chip ahead of that player, but then loses it. Algonquin now has it. They throw it out to the front. That gets chipped towards the net, but it goes over. Algonquin with the puck in the corner. Walker towards. Russo was able to get a piece of that shot towards the net. Algonquin still with possession of the puck inside the Shrewsbury zone. Puck's behind the net, then it gets sent up front. Shaughnessy's over it. Shaughnessy saw the puck, he was able to cover it. There's 5:46 remaining here in the third period, and Shrewsbury still holds on to a 1-goal lead. It'll be Quinlivan, and Russo on the ice. Sorry, Quinlivan, and Boris on the ice for Shrewsbury inside the defensive zone for this face-off. Tom Belbin's back on D with Joe Flionis. Anthony gets set for the D-zone draw. Anthony wins it back to Belbin. Belbin fires it all the way around. Quinlivan's there to pick it up. Liam throws it way too far ahead for Anthony. Racing after it is Tyler Boris, but that's too far ahead. That'll go for an ice. And it'll come all the way back inside the Shrewsbury zone. Anthony bearing down for the defensive zone draw. He won the last one. Algonquin wins that, but Tyler Boris is going to end up with the puck. Tyler Boris coming up ice for the now. He's on the left side with Liam right behind him. Tyler Boris looks for Liam. He oversees it, so then Algonquin has it. They lose the puck, though, and have to throw it ahead. That goes into their own bench, and it'll come all the way back into the Algonquin zone with 5:25 remaining here in the game. Still 2-1 Colonials. Same players on the ice here for Shrewsbury. Algonquin wins that face-off. They throw it behind the net and go all the way around. Flionis isn't able to keep it in, but Shrewsbury does regain possession inside the neutral zone. Anthony's going to flip it into the zone. Goalie comes out to play that one to the defenseman. Tyler Boris is chasing after it. He follows the man behind the net. Algonquin has it. They can't break it out cleanly. They lose the puck. Flionis is there. He's able to throw him back in. Just off the net, but the goalie comes out to play it. The defenseman, Tyler Boris, is racing after it. He kicks it towards the front of the net, but no one's there. Now Algonquin has it. Tyler Boris plays that man. Algonquin has it in the corner. They look to chip it out, but it's kept in by Tom Belbin. He shoots one towards the net, and off an Algonquin stick, it goes up into the netting. 4:50 remaining here in the third period. The faceoff should stay inside the Algonquin zone. It'll be O'Connor, Holloway, and Albertson here for Shrewsbury inside the offensive zone for this face-off, with McManus and Cam Mullen back on D. Everyone gets tied up in that face-off. Algonquin comes away with it, chips it forward. McManus looking for Cam Mullen. It goes off an Algonquin skate. That player kicks it all the way down on Shaughnessy. McManus loses the puck, and Algonquin has it coming towards the net. It's thrown out front. Mullen gets a stick on it from the point. They shoot. Good save there by Shaughnessy. There's somebody in front of the net hacking at Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy remains tough, but looks like his right hand is in pain now. There's 4:27 remaining here in the third period. Puck will be inside the Shrewsbury zone.
Patrick!
Shaughnessy stays tough as always. It'll be Tepper, and Russo in the defensive zone for Shrewsbury, with McManus and Persicino back at D. Algonquin wins that face-off, gets a shot. James Tepper was able to get a piece of it. Persicino's going to win the race to the rebound. Takes a weird hop off the boards, then Jack Tepper banks it ahead for James. He can't reach it though. Gets dumped back in, but McManus is there. McManus gets it up for James, who throws it towards the net. Scary there. Gets pushed ahead to Shaughnessy, who's able to cover it. Same forwards on the ice here for Shrewsbury, but Tom Belbin coming out with Joe Flionis. Jack Tepper set to take this face off. Algonquin wins it. Can't come away with it though. Jack Tepper has it. He banks it ahead for James Tepper. Not far enough ahead. The defense was able to play it. Good play there by Fleonis to take the body. Now James Tepper has it just outside the zone. Tries to kick it to himself, but Jack ends up with it. Chips it too far ahead. Now Algonquin's able to play it up. Algonquin now coming up ice with it. They dump it into the corner. Jack's able to win the race to it. Jack has the puck now. Flips it ahead, but that's intercepted by Algonquin. They try to move it forward, but Cole Russo's able to play that body. Algonquin picks it up in the high slot. They shoot. Gets deflected and goes over the net. Now thrown in front of the net. No Algonquin players there. Algonquin picks it up at the point there and fires it back in. It's going to go behind the net.
Oh, here, Jack.
Tepper fighting for it, but Algonquin comes away with it. Fleonis throws it behind the net. Tom Belbin's going to get there. And a penalty coming up here on Cole Russo. .321 remaining here in the third period. Cole Russo's going to go to the box for interference for the next 2 minutes as Shrewsbury desperately tries to hang on to this 1-goal lead. It'll be Quinlivan and Quinlivan the forwards. Tom Belbin and Fleonis the defenseman, but a timeout is called and we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back here in Westboro. That was Shrewsbury's timeout. It'll be Quinlivan, Persicino, and Tom Belbin killing the penalty here for Shrewsbury. Algonquin comes away with it. Poked by Persicino. Ends up at the point. Algonquin goes D to D. Looking back door, but Tom Belbin's able to get that out of the zone. Good job by Tom Belbin being in the passing lane. Algonquin from their own defensive zone now looking to move it up ice. They dump it in. Shaughnessy's able to get there. Persicino barely wins the race to it, but can't clear it out. And that going D to D. Liam's going to pick it up. The other defenseman had to start coming out of the zone as Anthony was all over that player. Liam walks it. Loses the puck though. Now this player's all alone, a 1-on-3. Persicino forces him to the side. He looks to throw it in front of the net. It ends up in Liam's skates. Liam's clear attempt goes off his brother. Then a shot on net. Then Shaughnessy kicks it out to Liam. Liam's able to get the clear. Just over a minute remaining here in the penalty. Talibor is coming on to join Anthony Quinlivan as the forward forechecker. Algonquin enters the zone. Goes it towards the net. That gets deflected. Shaughnessy's able to dive and hit it away. Algonquin comes away with it. Algonquin behind the net now. Algonquin still working the puck behind the net. They move to the net. Goes off Shaughnessy. Talibor picks it up. He's able to get the clear. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty to Cole Russo. Jack Tepper coming on to join Talibor as the penalty killing forwards. Still Persicino and Tom Belbin out there on defense. Algonquin enters the zone. That player gets by Jack Tepper. Passes in that player's skate. Algonquin pulling the goalie here with a minute and 43 remaining. It's going to be 6-on-4 for the next 20 seconds. Player almost lost the puck. Throws in front of the net. That gets out of the zone. Just over 10 seconds remaining here in the Cole Russo penalty. Algonquin has 6 players on the ice. Jack Tepper chasing after that one. He's able to get it. Can't pick it up cleanly, but Talibor has it. He throws it towards the net. Good stop there by that Algonquin player, though. The penalty is over. Just a minute, 20 seconds remaining here in the game. Far pass is good. That player gets by Persicino. Passes it over to nobody. Cam Mullen racing after that player. Shot goes towards the net, but wide. Just over a minute remaining here in the game. That puck gets out of the zone. Algonquin plays it forward. James Tepper's on that player with Talibor over. And Algonquin player's inside the zone. A delayed penalty coming on Algonquin. They got the touch, and with 56 seconds remaining here in the game, an Algonquin player is going to go to the box. Shrewsbury is going to have a power play for the remainder of this game, up 1 goal in Algonquin. Holding the call in Algonquin, the faceoff's going to come all the way into the Algonquin zone. The goalie has to come back to the net. And a timeout here for Algonquin. We'll come back in a minute. We're back here in Westboro. Shrewsbury will have a 5-on-4 advantage for the remainder of the 56 seconds of this game as they hold on to a 1-goal lead. It'll be Quinlivan, and Boris on the ice for Shrewsbury with Tom Belbin and Cam Mullen back on D. Algonquin wins that faceoff. They curl around and they're coming up ice with it now. That player is able to fly by Anthony coming into the zone on Tom Belbin. Algonquin does pull their goalie, so it's 5-on-5. Anthony battling with that player. Algonquin comes away with it. Cam Mullen's able to poke that away. Anthony comes away with the puck. 3 Algonquin players all over the puck. There are 5 on the ice as they pulled the goalie. Cam Mullen ends up with that. He tries to tie it up. He's got 3 players on him. Anthony comes away with it. Puck again gets tied up. It's loose in the corner now. It's thrown towards the net. But with nobody at the point, Tyler Boris is there to flip it out. 12 seconds remaining in the game. Algonquin now has 10 seconds to bring it all the way into the Shrewsbury zone and score. Tyler Boris is on that. That pass is no good. Liam comes in to play the body there. Coming up ice with it now. Just a couple seconds remaining. Algonquin has it. That gets poked down. That'll be it. 2-1 the final here in Westboro. Shrewsbury remains undefeated inside the Roy Conference. They move to 8-1-1 on the season with his 2-1 victory over Algonquin. Shrewsbury's next game is going to be January 24th. That's a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. against North Middlesex right here at North Star. We hope to see you there.